Hi everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer, and today we are tackling Ratatouille. Yes, it's one of those dishes that is harder to spell than it is to make. The big thing about this Ratatouille, the way we're going to make it, is I'm going to spend some, it's going to take a little bit of time because I'm going to do the Ratatouille from the movie, kind of, in that vein of how the presentation is going to be gorgeous and fabulous. I love it. I like pretty things. Okay, basic Ratatouille is a little bit of red sauce in the bottom of a pan, right? The red sauce I made earlier, I made a marinara sauce that works wonderfully in a Ratatouille. Super, super simple. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then we're going to cut up thinly in rounds a zucchini, an eggplant, a yellow squash, and tomato, or tomato. Tomato, potato, tomato, whatever. We are going to slice all of those very thinly, and we are going to layer them and arrange them in the dish. And it's going to look absolutely fabulous. You're going to love it. So first, I'm going to bring out a big honkin' bad boy right here. This is a mandolin. If you know what a mandolin is, be very, very careful, or they will start calling you stubby, because this is very, very sharp. Since we're going to be cutting a lot of vegetables, I wanted to share a little bit of mandolin technique with you, but I actually like to do it with knife, because you want to have all of the pieces about the same size, and Ratatouille is actually pretty rustic, so I mean, if you wanted 5-star dining, I would do everything on the mandolin to make it exactly correct. For me, I don't really care so much, because actually Ratatouille, you can chop all this stuff up and just stew it, and it's excellent. I'll be doing another dish that is a crossover between caponata and ratatouille that I call caponata-touille. And I'll share that with you on another episode. That was actually the dish that I took to MasterChef. Yeah, I didn't get on. Anyway, let's start with our zucchini from my garden. From my garden, both of these. Thank you very much. Let's see. You want to try to keep everything the same rough kind of width. It doesn't always work. Wait a minute, I've got another one over here. Let's try this one. This is a bigger one. A little curvy, but a little bit thicker there. And this one here, we may have to cut around the edges on some of this to make it look the same, but that's quite all right. Let's do this. Let's start by whipping some of these out. So I'm not doing too good on my technique at the beginning here. Let's try some more. Here it comes. So there, we got these nice little rounds, about that thick. Pretty cool. You can go pretty quick with it. You gotta be careful, because when you get now near the end, that's when it gets dangerous. Luckily, they've got something for you. There we go. You gotta give it a pretty good push. I'm gonna cut the end off here to give me a little something to grab a hold of. So when you're using the end cap here, you wanna cut the top off, so that these little prongs that look like a Spanish Inquisition, which nobody expects, right there, bump, bump. See those prongs? Look at that. Put that here, hit it on top. I might be too far down. Here we go. And, oh, nice. All right, so much for that. I'm gonna go with my own cutting technique, which I find better anyway. But this is, as you can see, you got a whole lot of that. I have another mandolin that I actually prefer to this one. Don't worry about these ones that are a little off-cut. They're actually going to be fine. Like I said, it's actually a quite rustic dish, so it really doesn't matter that much how perfect it is. I was just doing that to show you guys, because if I just cut it with my knife, you know, old school, I can get pretty nice little rounds here. There we go. These I'll put in the bottom. So yeah, don't get rid of the ones that are kind of off-cut, because those will go in the bottom. Save cutting your eggplant till last, because it gets brown. Like if you cut a potato and they get brown. So you don't want to do that. Here we go. Let's get some squash working here. These the ends I will give to the chickens and the donkeys and whatnot. There we go. So we get even rounds all the way through. again, for you perfectionists out there, it doesn't have to be exact. I only have this one squash. I'm making a small batch here. So I'm gonna have, you know, one zucchini, one squash here and here. And near the end, if you get to the end of your layering and you don't have stuff, don't worry about it. If you run out of things. There we go. So there's your eggplant. Nice rounds. It's a little harder to cut the eggplant. So doing it on a mandolin can be a little challenging. That's why I like my knife better, because I can pretty much get these rounds about the same size each time, and I don't have to worry about losing a thumb. Okay, there's plenty of that. I'll save this to the side, and I'll show you a little bit. You'll see how it kind of goes brown. Let's see, I got a wide. This is a wider one. I'll start with that. So the tomato, trying to do the tomato in the mandolin, it can get really ugly. So you want to be careful with that. But same thing with the tomato. You just want to put it in rounds. I could have done this all beforehand, but that would have made this video about 2 seconds long. Like, here you go, put it in here. Boom, done. See you later. I want to chat with you guys and share some things with you. Like the fact that your knife needs to be incredibly sharp. And before you cut tomatoes, be sure and hone them with the honing steel. That helps quite a bit, but you're going to have to get your knife sharpened from time to time. And it just, the sharper the knife, the safer you are. That's true. If you have it, the only reason people cut themselves is because their knives are not sharp enough. That's usually the problem. Because they're trying to do something, an improper knife technique. You should have your fingers on the blade, actually on the blade, and then you grip everything else. Because otherwise, if you're grabbing just like here, this thing can go this way, or this way, and it'll flip on you. But if you got it here, you are now in control. Ba, 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 ba. That's your knife tip for the day. Okay, we have some red sauce. Now, this is what I was talking about before. This is the marinara sauce that we made in another episode. And the marinara sauce is literally nothing but a canned tomatoes. I sweat down a little bit of onion and a couple of cloves of garlic and a few sprigs of basil. Put it all together, warm it up, and then hit it with the baby boat motor. Woo, woo, woo. There we go. I'm just going to coat the bottom. There we go. See? Nice, coated, looking fabulous. That is my base for the ratatouille. And now all we do is we start layering. So I'm going to start this way. Now this is really big, right? So I might want to start with the smaller end first to see where I go. I may have to cut those down. Ideally, if you could get them all the same size, that would be terrific, but who says you're going to be able to? So when you start layering them, I said eggplant, I went with zucchini, yellow squash, and tomato. There we go. And then I just repeat. Do it again. Here, here. Okay. Yellow and tomato. There you go. And so if you see like the tomato or something is, if you can't see it up top, if it's pushed down too far like this, if you see how it's falling down, just on the next round, lift it up, squeeze it in there. There we go. Same thing. Boom. There we go. Looking good. See, we're just layering it up, layering it up. Now, in some of the more rustic ways, you can just put it all in a pot. And if you put it in a pot, and you just stew it, I mean, it's really good. There's nothing wrong with it. So now we've got this nice, firmly packed row. I'm going to definitely be cutting some more. This is man, that's gorgeous to look at that. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? This is amazing. Well, let's keep going. Let's do the next round. So now when you start running out of like eggplant or whatever, you can start getting a little creative and cut it up. If you want to, that's totally fine, up to you. I mean, like if I did this, I have a little bit of eggplant here. I can do it at this angle. Look what I just did. And nobody knows. What? That's crazy pants. How does he do these things? Is he a magician or what? Bam. All right. So those are in there. Now, I'm not going to be able to get a straight line like this out of this side. So all I'm going to do is just start lining however I would like. Why not? Do it this way. I've got some more eggplant. Bam, bam, bam. Do it along the side. Get some more. Like I said, it's your thing. Ow, do what you want to do. Doesn't matter. Throw it in there. Got a little bit more here. Beautiful. Throw it in. Rustic, sure. Beautiful, yes. Tasty, oh damn. It is very tasty. Run there, run there. Get in there. Tomato in there. See, now it's starting to get squished. Great. No problem there. Tomatoes. And you start going with what you got left. Which way there? Okay, I've got some more eggplant. Let's finish that off. Sure, why not? Stick it in there, man. Stick everything in there whichever way you want. There we go. Right there. There we are. What else do I got? I'm gonna throw some more tomato in there. Some tomatoes. Kind of just squeeze them in the side. Lots more of this zucchini here. Throw some of the ugly ones in there. Beautiful, perfect, no problem. Here we go, guys. We've got a beautiful ratatouille. Now this is, it's like, wait, so, you know, why did we not do it the same way all the way? Well, if you have the same, if you have the right size veggies, you can make it exactly. Like I said, this is home style. It doesn't matter. What's going to happen here is we are going to now take this, hit it with some olive oil across the top here. Yeah. Hit it with a little salt. A little salt. A little pepper. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. A little more salt here. A little more pepper here. Now, we are going to take this and we are going to cover it and we're going to put it in the oven for about, I put about a 350 oven for about 30 minutes. Depending on how big it is. If you do a big batch, it may take a little longer. Do a smaller batch, it might take a little less. But then again, look at the size of these guys. This is pretty big, right? So 30 minutes or so, and then take the aluminum foil off and let it go for another 20, maybe 30 minutes until it looks good for you. Then we'll take it out and we'll serve it. So I will, as soon as the edit, after we put this in the oven, I will show you how it works and we'll plate it. All right, see you in a sec. Okay guys, here it is. This is our final finished ratatouille. I want to show you a couple of things. One, it's really hot, but you want to test how firm the squash and everything is. Put a knife in there and just give it a little push in there. So we'll just see how firm you like all of your vegetables. You may want to leave it in there for a much longer time, covered longer, where it really saps down and it just becomes not gooey per se. I want to serve this a little more al dente, which means to the tooth. It's got a little bit of bite into it so that it keeps its shape whenever I put it on the plate, as you're going to see. I also forgot to tell you, you could, if you wanted to, make a single serving out of this. This would be a pretty good size serving, but you know, you'd put it all in here and then you bake it up and it'll just look fabulous. So you do a lot of single serves like that. So let's try to get this out nicely where, it's hot. I'm gonna go all the way this way. Here we go. Try to keep it all in line. Oh no, yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, So I got it all in line. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now, what I want to do is take a little bit of the sauce. So we've got a nice little plate here, got a little bit of sauce underneath here, and I've drizzled some of that sauce over it, because this is tasty. There we go. That's how I would do it there. Hit it all with a little bit of olive oil, and the usual, a little salt, a little pepper, for sure. Love it, love it, love it. Give it a little. The last part, we're going to put a little bit of Parmesan. I would definitely throw some Parmesan on top of there. I mean, if it was me, I would just be like, I'd still go. But we're trying to make it look nice and presentable and all that stuff. So the ladies and gentlemen, that is your ratatouille. Oh, yeah. What do you think? All right, so this is your ratatouille. What all we put into it? Remember, we had a little red sauce, we had a marinara, we had some eggplant, some zucchini, some yellow squash, some tomato, and we layered that in. Now, you could have also added some red pepper. That's a very classic addition to it. I just didn't have any to put in there right now. And there you go. That's it. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and comment and tell me, have you had ratatouille? How do you make it? Do you like it stewed? Do you like it like this? How do you like your ratatouille? Let's talk about it. And that I will see you next time on the next Chow Time. Let's eat.